بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد. Bismillah, let's continue then inshallah with the Quranic overview. We had looked at Surah Safat yesterday and we introduced Surah Sad, but we want to look at Sad and Zumar and Mu'min inshallah, and if we can Fussilat or Hamim Sajda inshallah. So if we look at what we did yesterday, the diagram that we made yesterday, or the outline rather. Okay, so the outline that we also saw yesterday for Safat and Sad, we mentioned that Mukhlis is the key word here in these surahs. In fact, even in Surah Al-Mu'min, we will find the word Mukhlis or Mukhlisin twice, and in Hamim As-Sajda, although it doesn't explicitly say Mukhlisin, it talks about Awliyaullah, which are the Mukhlis. So, recap, this is group, which group is this? 5, group 5, yeah? And this is all about Tawheed. And we mentioned what Tawheed is yesterday, briefly. We talked about Tawheed from these aspects. So just very quickly recapping what we did yesterday. Tawheed. This is Tawheed, a lifelong struggle to make Allah's word the highest. And then the different aspects of Tawheed. It is in our fitrah. Signs lead to shukr. Shukr is in our fitrah. Shukr should be guided towards Allah. And shukr should take the form of ibadah in every aspect of our lives. And shirk is the opposite. It is the injustice. Violation of Allah's rights. Either that He is not the sole creator, or the creation has not been created by Him, or that there is any other sustainer or partner in sustaining, or to thank other than Allah, or then to legislate anything other than what Allah has legislated, etc. But there are many types of shirk. This is just an outline. So surahs Safat, Sad, Zumar, and I mentioned Mu'min now as well, all talk about Mukhlis, pure, sincere, those people who have picked Allah, selected Allah as the one and only, in exclusively, yeah? So in this surah now, Sad, Surah Sad, very interesting, subhanAllah, this surah is. This word Awwab and Anab has been mentioned, and Ulul Albab. Awwab and Anab are people who are always turning back to Allah, meaning they report back to Allah. They're always conscious of their relationship with Allah. Awwab and Anab, they turn to Allah whenever they can, whenever they remember, they turn to Allah. And even when they forget that they should turn to Allah, they turn to Allah, if you understand what I mean. Yeah? When there is ghafla, they turn to zikr. Ghafla is heedlessness. Zikr is to be conscious and to remember Allah. So they are always turning back to Allah to report back to Him, and to renew their commitment and to check their commitment with Allah, because they have singled out Allah. They are mukhlis. Another feature of these people are ulul albab. Ulul albab, very important term in the Quran. Ulul Albab has been mentioned a few times in this surah, and we will find in Surah Zumar. Ulul Albab are the people of understanding. This is what it is usually translated as. Ulul Albab, I would suggest, the way we understand it, is that people who get to the core of the matter. People who get to the core of the matter. What Ulul Albab?
People who get to the core of the matter.
MashaAllah. People who get the gist, the reality of something. They go past the superficial covering of something, they go to the core of it. Ulul Albab. Yes? Because their core is pure, their fitrah is pure, they can get to the reality of things. They understand the things as they actually are. Ulul Albab. Yes? Because their fitrah is khalis, their intention is khalis, sincere, pure, just for Allah. Their effort is pure, khalis, just for Allah. Therefore, Allah Ta'ala guides them to the truth of the matter. Ulul Albab. So in this surah then, Surah Sad, we will see that Allah Ta'ala, He mentions prophets, many prophets, and He says they were awwab. They turned back to Allah because they were pure and they were sincere to Him. Yes? And we will find that this word mukhlis has been mentioned twice here in ayahs 46 and 83. And in 46, ayah 46, mukhlis has been mentioned that Allah, He chose them, these people who are sincere, akhlasnahum, for a quality which is always turning back to the akhirah, turning back to Allah. Bikhalisatin dhikrad dar, ayah 43, 46. Yes, are you following this? This is really important to get this surah, yeah? So, in this surah, Sad, in 46, ayah 46, Allah Ta'ala, He says, Inna akhlasnahum bi khalisatan dhikrad dar. We selected these people, who are the people, the sincere prophets, messengers, because bi khalisatan dhikrad dar, because of their sincerity, that they were always remembering the hereafter. They were turning back to the hereafter, Allah. And then in ayah 83, when we will see Iblis, he will say that I will misguide everybody except for those whom Allah, He has chosen, mukhlas. Those ibad who are mukhlas, meaning Allah has chosen them. So what does it mean? It means if we are mukhlis to Allah, which means we are always thinking of Allah, we are always thinking of the hereafter, we are focused on the hereafter. Yes? Then Allah chooses us and protects us from Iblis. Is it clear? Is it clear? So one brother, he asked, I think Muslim asked yesterday, so if Muslim is there, brother, he should make a note of this. Although I will ask you what you researched as well, inshallah, you can tell me what you found out as well. That, because what I said yesterday to you is different to what I'm saying. The research you should have found, inshallah. I'm not going to say what that is yet. Mukhlis, if we become sincere to Allah, meaning our life, our livelihood, our objectives, our focus, our everything, our earning, our time is all for the hereafter, then we become mukhlis. When we become mukhlis, Allah Ta'ala chooses us to keep us protected from shaitan, which means He gives us guidance. So the brother was asking yesterday, how do we remain focused and how do we remain guided and how do we protect ourselves from shaitan? So this is the way, ikhlas. Okay. So let's take some ayat from Surah Sad. Let's look at the central theme. Invitation to accept the final messenger and accept the Quranic invitation to Tawheed and Akhirah. There is severe criticism of the stubbornness and arrogance of the kuffar and the threat of destruction in Surah Sad. The first 7 ayat we take of the Surah Sad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم صاد والقرآن ذي الذكر بل الذين كفروا في عزة وشقاق. This is the attitude of the disbelievers. في عزة وشقاق. They are in false pride and they are very stubbornly against the Prophet ﷺ. Opposition. Allah Ta'ala is reminding them, Kam ahlakna min qablihim min qarnin fanadaw wa la tahina manas. Look at how many tribes, how many nations we destroyed before you. They had no time to escape. وَعَجِبُوا أَنْ جَاءَهُمْ مُنذِرٌ مِّنْهُمْ. Is it strange that we have sent a messenger from amongst you to warn you? Because they claim he is sahir, he is a magician. Kadhab. Kadhab here means they didn't say he's a liar in that because they couldn't say he lies, yeah? Kadhab here means he denies what we believe in. This is what kadhab means. Okay? He strongly denies, rejects, disbelieves in what we believe in. Kadhab. أَجَعَلَ الْآلِهَةَ إِلَهًا وَاحِدًا. Has he made all our ilahs into one? What has he done? Meaning all of our tradition, all of our culture, all of our religious affairs, everything he has brought it down to just one single thing. Just one ilah. This is very strange for us. So these mala'a وَانْتَلَقَ الْمَلَأُ. These mala'a, this in the tafsir, when you read it, inshallah, you'll find that these mala'a, the leaders of Quraysh, were in a meeting with the Prophet ﷺ. Yes? And they said, look, if you compromise with us, we will compromise with you. He said, okay, I'm happy. Let me ask you for one thing. Just one thing. If you give that to me, I'm happy. He said, say La ilaha illallah. And this is what they were posing. So وَانْتَلَقَ الْمَلَأُ مِنْهُمْ. So they got up and they left that meeting. And they said to the people who were with them there, أَنِمْشُوا وَاصْبِرُوا عَلَىٰ آلِهَتِكُمْ. You also should get up, walk away from this, and you should stick to your aliha. Stick to your traditions, stick to your religion, stick to your beliefs. Do not listen to this misguidance. Because he intends something that he is not saying, meaning he intends power and superiority over you. So this is their claim. Okay, we have to move on. Otherwise I will start doing tafsir of every ayah. We haven't got time for that. So ayat 17 to 19, Allah Ta'ala mentions Dawood alayhi salam, innahu awwab. Always turn back to Allah. Yes. Again, awwab in ayah 19. And then in ayah 26, Allah Ta'ala is saying to Dawood, Inna ja'alnaka khalifatan fil ard. I have made you the successor on the earth, meaning you have to now govern as Allah wants. Fahkum, so govern, judge between people with the truth that I have sent down to you. وَلَا تَتَّبِعِ الْحَوَى. Do not follow desire, because this will mislead you from the way of Allah. Allah Ta'ala is telling him, and these were the people who followed not their hawa, but the hukum of Allah. And they were awwab. And this has been mentioned again in ayah 30. He was awwab. Awwab, yeah, turned back to Allah, always turning back. And you can see there the word ulul albab has now started to appear in the surah. Okay, moving on. Ayah number 40. There is another key word coming here in ayah 40. Zulfa. Zulfa. Indana la zulfa. Zulfa will come here. It will come in Zumar as well. Yes, let's understand this. Zulfa means to become near. Yeah, to become near to Allah. Allah Ta'ala is saying that these prophets, messengers, inna lahu indana la zulfa. They, for him, especially mentioning Sulaiman here, alayhi salam, he has nearness to us. Why? Because he turned to us. He was always focused on us. Awwab. Yes? And only on me. Allah Ta'ala is saying only on me. Yeah? In the next Surah Zumar, the mushrikeen, and till today, the main rationale that the mushrik idol worshippers they give of idol worship is that no, we don't believe in the idol to be God, but we believe the idol will bring us closer to God. Zulfa. You understand this? Okay? So this is the shirk. You understand this? Many Muslims even, they think this. If I pray to this grave, it will bring me closer to Allah. I'm not praying to the grave. I'm praying to the grave, but I want it because this person is closer to God. He is wali of Allah. Therefore, this person, my praying to him will bring me closer to Allah. Okay? This is the shirk that they are committing. Okay. And then in ayah 43, Allah Ta'ala is saying, وَوَحَبْنَا لَهُ أَهْلَهُ وَمِثْلَهُمْ مَعَهُمْ رَحْمَةً مِنَّا. So Allah Ta'ala, He granted Sulaiman and Dawud and Sulaiman a family and other prophets as a mercy, وَذِكْرَى, and it is a reminder for those who ulil albab. Ulil albab, the people of understanding, as I mentioned, ulil albab, what did I say, who are they? Who get to the essence, the reality, they see the reality of things, the matter. For them, this is a reminder because they will remember the reality is turn to Allah. Awwab, turn to Allah, always. Then it talks about Ayub alayhi salam. Ayub alayhi salam, he was awwab. Yes, he always turned back to Allah in every circumstance and in every difficulty. And then there is a beautiful section, I want to read it from 45 onwards to 54. But the key ayah is this. This is the key ayah, 46. Inna akhlasnahum. Please focus on this ayah, please. This is very important ayah. Inna akhlasnahum. We chose them. Why? Bikhalisatin, because of their quality. What is it? Dhikra dar. They always remembered the home of the hereafter. May Allah Ta'ala choose us for this quality. This is what we should make dua for. This is what we should aspire for. This is what we should be dreaming for. This is what we should get excited for. Yes? Allahumma khlasna. Allahumma akhlasna. Allahumma akhlasna. Oh Allah, please choose us. Please choose us. Please choose us. And make us the people who are always thinking of the dar, of the hereafter. Ameen. And these are chosen akhyar, the best. Akhyar, not khair. Akhyar. Akhyar is af'al ut-tafzil. The best of the best. Akhyar. Best of the best are the people who always focus on what? Hereafter. This is it. This is the whole purpose. Hereafter. And all of these prophets, messengers, akhyar. Why are they akhyar? Because they were always focused on the hereafter. Dhikr dar. Dhikr dar. Look at the rewards. Hada dhikr. This is a reminder. Wa inna lil muttaqina la husna ma'ab. The best return جنات عدن مفتحة له الأبواب مفتحة له الأبواب. Make a note of this ayah 50. مفتحة, already open. The doors are already open in ayah 50 here, and then in Surah Zumar in the end, when Allah Ta'ala talks about the people of taqwa, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ زُمَرًا. There it will also say that the doors وَفُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابٍ, the doors will be already open. Allahumma rabba ja'alna minhum muttaki'ina fiha, reclining in the Jannah, yad'una fiha bifakiha, they will call for any fruit. Yes, service. Yes, nice waiter service, kathira, as much and as much drink. وَعِنْدَهُمْ قَاصِرَةُ الطَّرْفِ أَتْرَابٍ, and then they will have the houris for their mates. هَذَا مَا تُوعَدُونَ لِيَوْمِ الْحِسَابِ, this is what you were promised for the day of judgment. Allahumma rabba ja'alna minhum. And this, the promise, where it was made, can you tell me which surah? Surah Al Imran. In the end of Surah Al Imran. رَبَّنَا سَمِعْنَا مُنَادِيًا يُنَادِي, what is it? للإيمان أن آمنوا بربكم فآمنا ربنا فاغفر لنا ذنوبنا وكفر عنا سيئاتنا وتوفنا مع الأبرار ربنا وآتنا ما وعدتنا على رسلك. See, you have to connect Quran together, yeah? This is the promise of Allah that He promised us through the Rasul alayhi salatu wassalam. Inna hadha la rizquna ma lahu min nafad. You don't need to stockpile in the Jannah. People went crazy stockpiling. No, everything is in full supply. You don't need to be worried about it running out. Hada, this is for the muttaqeen, but for the tagheen. So the tagheen, who are the tagheen? The transgressors, tagha, rebels. You know, rebels. You know, on the children's clothes, they write rebel. Rebel. Have you seen the children's clothes where it says rebel? And we are very happy to buy the clothes. Oh, nothing wrong, it's just a label. Taghin. Taghin, the people who are free. They want to be free to do whatever they want, as they want. And they say, we are rebels against the system. Yes, this taghin. What will they have? They will have the worst place, Jahannam. يَصْلَوْنَهَا فَبِئْسَ الْمِهَادِ هَذَا فَلْيَذُوقُوا حَمِيمٌ وَغَسَّاقٌ أعوذ بِاللَّهِ وَآخَرُ مِنْ شَكْلِهِ أَزْوَاجٌ هَذَا فَوْجٌ مُقْتَحِمٌ مَعَكُمْ. Now look at what will happen. They will enter the Jahannam in groups. لَا مَرْحَبًا بِهِمْ. There is no one to welcome them there. Compared to the Jannah, they will now all enter the fire. قَالُوا بَلْ أَنْتُمْ لَا مَرْحَبًا بِكُمْ. And those who are in the fire will say to them, no welcome to you. أَنْتُمْ قَدَّمْتُمُوهُ لَنَا. You are the people who brought us here. You were at the front, we were leading, you were leading. This is the worst place. قَالُوا رَبَّنَا مَنْ قَدَّمَ لَنَا هَذَا فَزِدْهُ عَذَابًا ضِعْفًا. Again, this has been repeated so many times in the Quran. If you follow the people of Jahannam, you will curse them in the Jahannam, and you will curse them to say, give them twice the punishment. May Allah Ta'ala protect us from following people like that. Ameen Ya Rabbal Alameen. Okay. And then this is the main da'wah of the Prophet. قُلْ إِنَّمَا أَنَا مُنذِرٌ. I am just a warner. وَمَا مِنْ إِلَهٍ إِلَّا اللَّهِ. This is the main da'wah. Yes? La ilaha illallah. So when we are talking to people about Allah, it is not enough for them to just acknowledge Allah's existence. No, this is in our fitrah. Yes? We have to acknowledge the existence of Allah, and then we need to acknowledge the rububiyyah of Allah, exclusive, and we have to commit to the obedience and worship of Allah exclusively. Then the person is Muslim. And then Allah Ta'ala mentions Iblis. When Allah Ta'ala, He told him to prostrate, he was arrogant, istakbara, And then he said, I'm better. Ana khayrun min. And then you will find in Surah Mu'min, Fir'aun will say, I'm better than Musa. Okay? Are you writing these connections down? Write these connections down. Yeah, these are ready-made connections Allah has given it to you. Don't be grateful for this information. قال أنا خير من خلقتني من نار وخلقته من طين. And then when he is told you can go and you can try until the day of judgment, he says, قال فبعزتك, by your might, Ya Allah, I will surely mislead all of them. لأغوينهم أجمعين إلا عبادك منهم المخلصين. مخلصين. Iblis knows that he cannot touch the mukhlis. Because they are mukhlis, Allah makes them mukhlas. Now they cannot be touched by Iblis. He knows that. Allah Ta'ala give us ikhlas. Ikhlas is in the heart. May Allah purify our hearts. Allah Ta'ala says to him, قال الحق قال فالحق. So this is how it would be. This is the truth. وَالْحَقَّ أَقُولُ, I say the truth. What is the truth? What is justice? لَأَمْلَ جَهَنَّمَ مِنْكَ وَمِمَّنْ تَبِعَكَ مِنْهُمْ أَجْمَعِينَ. I will fill the Jahannam with you and your followers. Moving on to the next surah. Surah Zumar. Surah Zumar is an amazing, powerful surah. And we just finished the tafsir of that before Ramadan, alhamdulillah. So it is relatively more fresh in our minds, alhamdulillah. This surah, Zumar, we go to the three surahs we were looking at. It talks about mukhlisina lahuddin. Now, I have a reflection. I don't know, Allahu alam, it may be true or not. It may be correct or not. Yeah. It seems like in the previous surahs, the mukhlis and mukhlas was on an individual basis. Yes? But in this surah, we will find mukhlisina lahuddin. Mukhlisina lahuddin. Meaning, and this is just a reflection, yeah? So this could be wrong. Mukhlisina lahuddin, meaning all of your life, every aspect of it, collectively, holistically, globally, needs to be mukhlis. And your life is to struggle. Our life, what is the purpose of our life? Is to bring about justice. Yes? Please understand this, yeah? Our purpose of our life is that we must work for justice, and the greatest injustice is shirk. Therefore, we need to work to get rid of shirk and establish tawheed in every aspect of existence. Mukhlisina lahuddin. This has been mentioned 4 times in this surah. Ulul albab have been mentioned 3 times in this surah. The heart has been mentioned. We will look at that a few times. Muttaqi'een have been mentioned in this surah. Taqwa, the people of taqwa, another word for the people who are mukhlis. And the qalb has been mentioned 3 times in the surah. Inshallah, let's take these ayat now. So this surah is the comparison between the mukhlis versus the what? Mukhlit or mukhlat. Very good. The mukhlit or mukhlat, yeah? The mukhlis and the mukhlit, or the muttaqi and the kafir. Muttaqi and the kafir. Because the end of the surah, وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا and سِيقَ الَّذِين اتَّقَوْا. The people of disbelief and the people of taqwa have been compared in this surah. Let's take the surah then, inshallah. Let's take the central theme first of Surah Zumar. Adopt pure and complete tawheed. even if you have to migrate. Pure and simple, to the point. First few ayat are very powerful. Subhanallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Tanzilul Kitab min Allahil Azizil Hakim. Inna anzalna ilayka al-kitaba bil haqq fa'budillaha mukhlisan lahu ad-din. Make all of your deen, I mentioned before, one of the meanings of deen is recompense. Yes, to get what you deserve. The other meaning of deen is obedience to Allah, ita'ah. Making all of your life obedient to Allah. How do you become obedient to Allah? By following His deen, Islam. Because you will be judged according to this deen, Islam. وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. Whoever chooses other than Islam as the criterion of success and failure, it will not be accepted in the hereafter. Yes? So مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ مُخْلِصًا لَهُ الدِّينَ. Make all your life purely, sincerely for Allah. إِنَّ الصَّلَاةِ وَالنُّسُكِ وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. And look at this emphasis. Allah. No, for sure, there's no doubt. Lillahi dinul khalis. The lam here, lillah, means the deen that is accepted by Allah. Yes? Is the deen which is khalis, only for Him. So there cannot be any mix and match. And in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, Allah Ta'ala's Rasul said that Allah Ta'ala, He is tayyib, pure. And He does not accept but what is tayyib, pure, only for Him. So Allah Ta'ala is saying here, the deen has to be for Him alone. وَالَّذِينَ اتَّخَذُوا مِن دُونِهِ أَوْلِيَاءَ. Those who have taken other than Allah as their helpers, supporters, مَا نَعْبُدُهُمْ. What do they say? What did I say before? Yeah, I mentioned this, yeah? They say, مَا نَعْبُدُهُمْ. We do not worship these idols, إِلَّا, except that لِيُقَرِّبُونَ إِلَى اللَّهِ زُلْفَى. Except that they will bring us closer to Allah. Yes? So Allah Ta'ala, He is criticizing this. Okay, moving on now. Ayah number 11 to 18. قُلْ, say to them, إِنِّي أُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَعْبُدَ اللَّهَ مُخْلِصًا لَهُ الدِّينَ. Tell them, I have been commanded by Allah to make all my deen, all my obedience, every aspect of my life sincerely directed towards Allah. I will not give or take anything. It is all or nothing. وَأُمِرْتُ لِأَنْ أَكُونَ أَوَّلَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And I have been commanded to be the first to submit. Because I am the leader of the believers, of course I have to set the example. And I fear for you the day where it could be a punishment which is severe. So, قُولِ اللَّهَ أَعْبُدُ. Tell them, I worship Allah, مُخْلِصًا لَهُ دِينِي, making my obedience and my deen sincerely for Him. So how many times this has been mentioned? فَأْبُدُوا مَا شِئْتُم مِّن دُونِي. You go ahead, you have the choice to worship what you want other than Allah. But remember, إِنَّ الْخَاسِرِينَ الَّذِينَ خَسِرُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ وَأَهْلِيهِمْ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. The worst people who are the worst losers are the people who will lose themselves and their families, because the families will follow them on the day of judgment. Allah, you should know, ذَلِكَ هُوَ الْخُسْرَانُ الْمُبِينَ. This is pure loss and absolute loss. And then Allah mentions the punishment in the Jahannam. May Allah Ta'ala May Allah Ta'ala protect us from this. لهم من فوقهم ظلل من النار ومن تحتهم ظلل ذلك يخوف الله به عباده يا عبادي فاتقون. Allah Ta'ala is saying, I want you to be afraid of this punishment, so please save yourself from this punishment, my servants. This is Allah's mercy. But وَالَّذِينَ اجْتَنَبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ أَن يَعْبُدُوهَا, those who turn away from the taghut, tagha, rebellion. Yes, they turn away from their worship of the taghut. وَأَنَابُوا, this is anabu, like anab and awab. They turn to Allah. For them there is bushra, happiness. So فَبَشِّرْ عِبَادٍ, so please give the good tidings to my true servants. Who are the true servants? Now the question that Muazzam asked is coming now, the answer. الَّذِينَ يَسْتَمِعُونَ الْقَوْلَ فَيَتَّبِعُونَ أَحْسَنَهُ, those who when they listen, they follow the best. The best is Quran. Because in the same surah, Allah Ta'ala mentions the Quran to be the best. أُولَٰئِكَ الَّذِينَ هَدَاهُمُ اللَّهُ, Allah will guide these people who follow what? The Quran. وَأُولَٰئِكَ هُمْ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ, and these are the people who are ulul albab. So ulul albab are the people who follow the Quran. Yes? And then there is reward for the people of taqwa. Let's move on. Allah Ta'ala mentions the hard hearts here. When Allah is mentioned, because they turn away from Allah Ta'ala because of their kibr, Allah Ta'ala says, قَاسِيَةِ قُلُوبُهُمْ, their hearts have become hard. They do not allow anything to come into their hearts. Yes? Qasiyat, hard hearts. These are in error. But look at the other heart. Allahu nazzala ahsan al-hadith. Yeah? So the first ayah was who followed the best. Yes? And then Allah Ta'ala saying ahsan al-hadith is Quran. Kitaban mutashabihan masani taqsha'irru minhu juludul ladina yakhshawna rabbahum. Because of when they read the Quran, their skins start to shiver, and their what we call the hair. What is the word I'm looking for? It makes your hair stand. Yes, out of the fear of Allah when they read the Jahannam. But when they keep reading the Quran, they see the description of Jannah. So what happens? ثُمَّ تَلِينُ جُلُودُهُمْ وَقُلُوبُهُمْ إِلَى ذِكْرِ اللَّهِ. But then this makes it easy. It calms their hearts down and their skins down because of the dhikr of Allah. Yes, so the believer is between khawf and raja, fear and hope. ذَلِكَ هُدُى اللَّهِ يَهْدِي بِهِ مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَمَنْ يُضْلِلِ اللَّهُ فَمَا لَهُ مِنْ هَادٍ. Okay, moving on. Another example Allah has given to these people who want to keep aliha other than Allah is, look at a person who has many masters. Imagine at work you have many bosses. Or if you're at school, imagine you have many teachers for the same subject, and all of those bosses or teachers are telling you different things. Who you will listen to? You don't know who to listen to. Okay, you cannot focus. Allah Ta'ala is saying, what about the person who has just one master? So think about it. Of course, the person with one master, this person would be at ease. So Alhamdulillah, all praise and thanks is to Allah. There is none worthy of worship except Allah. And then Allah Ta'ala is telling us about the tawheed of khawf. Tawheed of khawf. Tawheed of fear. We should only fear Allah. أليس الله بكاف عبده. أليس الله بكاف عبده. So for now the Arabic students, ليس بكاف. ليس الله بكاف. So laysa has caused the khabar to be with the ba and in jar. Bikafin abda. Anyway, alaysa Allah bikafin abda. وَيُخَوِّفُونَكَ بِالَّذِينَ مِن دُونِهِ. They try to make you fear other than Allah. وَمَن يُضْلِلِ اللَّهُ فَمَا لَهُ مِنْ هَادٍ. So you should fear only Allah. Yes, only Allah should be feared. Nobody else should be feared. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله. And then look at Allah Ta'ala's ability to do whatever He wills. That in the night when we sleep, Allah Ta'ala, He tells us that, as we know from the ahadith and other ayat, that when we go to sleep, then our ruh, it goes, yes, it leaves the body. And then if Allah wills, He keeps the ruh and we die, or He returns the ruh, yes, back to us. So look at Allah Ta'ala's might. He has full ability and power. He has the ikhtiyar. So people should think about this. And there is no shafa'ah, there's no shafa'ah except by the will of Allah. قُلْ لِلَّهِ شَفَاعَةُ جَمِيعًا. This intercession, this false intercession that you are relying on, that such and such on so and so will be able to protect me in the hereafter, this is all false. This is batil. Yes? The only shafa'ah, the shafa'ah, not shifa'ah, shafa'ah that is accepted is that which Allah wills. لِمَنِ ارْتَضَى. Yes? Which Allah is happy with. And look at the heart. Again, the heart has been mentioned about the people who do not want to even listen to Tawheed. وَإِذَا ذُكِرَ اللَّهُ وَحْدَهُ. When Allah is only mentioned, only Allah is mentioned, yeah? No aliha, nothing. إِشْمَأَزَّتْ قُلُوبُ الَّذِينَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْآخِرَةِ. Those who don't believe in the hereafter, what happens to their hearts? They shrink with hatred and annoyance. So what would happen to the people who believe in the akhirah when Allah is mentioned? It would make them happy, wouldn't it? And they would be more interested in what is being said. But when other than Allah is mentioned, they are happy to hear that, yeah? They don't want to listen about Allah alone. They want to hear about the aliha. Very powerful ayah. After saying all of this, Allah Ta'ala is saying to His ibad that even if you have been committing all types of sins and you have committed the greatest sin, which is shirk. What time is it? Where's the clock? So even if you have been committing shirk, yes, Allah Ta'ala is saying, Ya ibadi alladhina asrafu ala anfusihim. Oh my servants, you are still all my servants. Subhanallah, look at the mercy of Allah. He's saying, oh my ibad, even if you have wronged yourselves until now, la taqnatu min rahmatillah. Don't ever lose the hope. Taqnatu means to have completely lost hope. There's another word in the Quran that talks about losing hope. What is it? I mentioned it before. Allah. What is the word? Ya'is. Ya'is. Ya Hamza Sin. Ya'is. That is less despair. This is complete despair. Min rahmatillah. Inna Allah yaghfiru dhunuba jami'a. Indeed, Allah can forgive all your sins. Innahu huwal ghafur rahim. It is He who is all forgiving, all merciful. So what do you have to do? وَأَنِيبُوا إِلَىٰ رَبِّكُمْ. So you have to turn to Allah. Turn to Allah by being sorry for what you've done. Then making a resolve that I will not do it again. وَأَسْلِمُوا. وَأَسْلِمُوا now means submit to Allah Ta'ala's will. Okay? And then how to do that? وَاتَّبَعُوا أَحْسَنَ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكُم مِّن رَبِّكُمْ. Follow the best that have been revealed, meaning the Quran. Is it clear? Clear? Yes? Turn back to Allah. Anabu. Feel bad. Aslimu. Submit. How to submit? Follow Quran. And then the end we have to take the last section. Very powerful. Subhanallah. I will read this section, yeah, in Arabic. You read it in English. I'm not going to describe it. I'm going to try not to describe it because of time, but it's very powerful, yeah. So let's follow the whole passage now, yeah, together, inshallah. وَمَا قَدَرُ اللَّهَ حَقَّ قَدْرِهِ. وَالْأَرْضُ جَمِيعًا قَبْضَتُهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ وَالسَّمَاوَاتُ مَطْوِيَّاتٌ بِيَمِينِهِ. Subhanallah. I said Subhanallah, and this is what it says, Subhanahu. Because this is Subhanallah, you just have to say Subhanallah. Subhanahu wa ta'ala amma yushrikun. وَنُفِخَ فِي الصُّورِ فَصَعِقَ مَنْ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَمَنْ فِي الْأَرْضِ إِلَّا مَنْ شَاءَ اللَّهُ ثُمَّ نُفِخَ فِيهِ أُخْرَى فَإِذَا هُمْ قِيَامٌ يَنْظُرُونَ وَأَشْرَقَتِ الْأَرْضُ بِنُورِ رَبِّهَا. Subhanallah. وَوُضِعَ الْكِتَابُ وَجِيءَ بِالنَّبِيِّينَ وَالشُّهَدَاءِ وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ وَوُفِّيَتْ كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا عَمِلَتْ وَهُوَ أَعْلَمُ بِمَا يَفْعَلُونَ. Can you follow what I'm doing, please? And now the difference between so this has set the scene, yeah? Now the decisions have been made. وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا إِلَى جَهَنَّمَ زُمَرًا. So Allah Ta'ala, He will drag, the angels will drag, yes, the people of Kufr toward Jahannam in groups, okay? Because all groups are not the same. There will be a group of the Fir'auns, leaders, and then a group of the Mala'a, the chiefs, etc., etc., etc. So these people will be with those grade of kuffar. حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءُوهَا فُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُهَا. When they reach the gates of Jahannam, may Allah protect us from this, then the khazana, the guardian of the Jahannam, will say, أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ رُسُلٌ مِّنْكُمْ. Did our messengers not come to you? يَتْلُونَ عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتِ رَبِّكُمْ. Who came to recite the ayat of Allah to you, the signs. وَيُنذِرُونَكُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا. And they came to warn you of this day. قَالُوا بَلَى. They will say yes. وَلَكِنْ حَقَّتْ كَلِمَةُ الْعَذَابِ عَلَى الْكَافِرِينَ. But this is the justice of Allah, that now these people will be punished because of their kufr. قِيلَ ادْخُلُوا أَبْوَابَ جَهَنَّمَ خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. Now you enter into the Jahannam forever. فَبِئْسَ مَثْوَى الْمُتَكَبِّرِينَ. This is the worst place for the people of kibr. Kibr is to look down on people and to reject the truth. But you see, when you read that, you become sad. But as soon as you read the next ayah, you become happy. وَسِيقَ الَّذِينَ اتَّقَوْا رَبَّهُمْ إِلَى الْجَنَّةِ زُمَرًا. And Allah Ta'ala, He will escort, the angel will escort, yes, the people of taqwa. Taqwa is the objective of Ramadan. Taqwa is the objective of Ramadan. May Allah Ta'ala give us taqwa in this month of Ramadan. In Zumara, in groups, the group of the prophets and messengers, and then the Siddiqeen, and Shuhada, and Salihin, group of the scholars, group of the teachers, group of the people who are seeking knowledge. Everybody would be in the group. Which group we want to be in? This is what we need to ask Allah Ta'ala. Make us from the best groups, Ya Allah. حَتَّى إِذَا جَاءُوهَا وَفُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُهَا. And when they reach, the doors would already have been opened for their reception. And the khazana will say, Salamun alaykum. Salam. You remember the salam we mentioned in the previous surahs? Salamun, salamun, salamun. That's why you have to read surahs together. Read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 surahs in one sitting, read them together. Then you will see this beauty of this Quran. Salamun alaykum tibtum. You are pure. Fadkhuluha khalidin. Come in, reside forever. Imagine that. Imagine that when you walk into your house, you buy a new house, and you have been given the keys. But then the person says, come and stay forever. You know you will not stay forever. You will stay for only the life that you have. Then you will die. But imagine in the Jannah forever. And then, as always, وَقَالُوا الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ. Inshallah, we would be from those who would say Alhamdulillah. Because we do Alhamdulillah here in this life. Alhamdulillah alladhi sadaqana wa'adah. All praise and thanks is to the one who has fulfilled his promise. وَأَوْرَثَنَا الْأَرْضَ. And he has made us inherit this. نَتَبَوَّأُ مِنَ الْجَنَّةِ حَيْثُ نَشَاءُ. We can live anywhere, wherever. Imagine that. Subhanallah. Imagine that. Even the kings in this world, they cannot live wherever they want. They can only live within the confined area. Allah Ta'ala is saying, wherever you want. فَنِعْمَ أَجْرُ الْعَامِلِينَ. This is the best reward, but for the people who do good deeds. We have to work for this. وَتَرَى الْمَلَائِكَةَ حَافِينَ مِنْ حَوْلِ الْأَرْشِ. And the malaika will come, they will encircle the arsh. يُسَبِّحُونَ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّهِمْ. They will glorify and praise Allah. وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ. And the matter will be decided with justice. And it will be said, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. As we mentioned, the group starts with Alhamd. Yes. Alhamdulillah in the first surahs, and then till the last day and beyond, eternally, it is Alhamdulillah. We have 5 minutes to look at Surah Mu'min, inshallah. I may take 5 minutes extra because, inshallah, I hope you don't mind, because we have time before iftar. Surah Mu'min, there are some key words in Surah Mu'min. I will write them for you, yeah? I will write the keywords for you in Surah Mu'min, so you can, inshallah, study this properly. Surah Mu'min, another name for Surah Mu'min is Surah Ghafir. Yeah? Mu'min. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. What's happening here? Mu'min or Ghafir. Some keywords in the surah. Jidal. Yujadiluna. Yujadiluna. As they mentioned 4 times. Mukhlisin, again, from what I remember, twice. Sabil al-Rashad. Sabil al-Rashad. Twice. And this has only been used in this surah, in the Quran, Sabil al-Rashad. Jidal means to argue. Yes? Debate. Sabil al-Rashad is the path of guidance. Path of guidance. Okay? Let's take the central theme of this surah, Surah Mu'min. Advice to reflect on the internal, external, rational, and historical proofs, all types of ayat. Refrain from conflict and futile arguments, jidal, yeah? Refrain from jidal, which is of no point. Come away from the influence of power and heritage, and now, do not delay. Think about accepting the Quranic invitation to Tawheed and the Akhirah. So the first section is to advise to refrain from argumentation and conflict to the Quraysh. Do not commit jidal for the sake of it, yeah? You are just arguing for the sake of it. We take the first ayat. Hamim tanzilul kitabi min Allah al-aziz al-alim ghafir al-dhanbi wa qabil al-tawbi shadid al-iqab zid tawl la ilaha illa hu ilayhi al-masir. Only he should be worshipped. Ma yujadilu fi ayati Allah illa alladhina kafaru. Allah Ta'ala is saying only those people who dispute regarding the ayat of Allah are the disbelievers. So do not worry about them, meaning look at them, the influence they have on the earth. Do not worry about this. Mata'un qalil. This is a very short-lived influence that the batil has. Because look what happened in the past before Nuh and others, the people of Nuh and others, and they all plotted against the messengers. But what happened? They came with batil. Their jidal is with batil, meaning baseless arguments. And they tried to invalidate the haqq And of course, this will never happen. So look at what happened to those people. They were the people who ended up in the nar, the Jahannam. Now there's a beautiful section here, 7 to 9. Yeah, look at this, amazing. So angels, the surah, previous surah ended with angels. Yeah, okay. Now the theme of angels is continued. Why do you think angels are mentioned? Because the people used to worship angels. Yes, they used to say angels are the daughters of Allah. So Allah Ta'ala, He is saying who are the angels and what they do. Okay. الذين يحملون العرش ومن حوله يسبحون بحمد ربهم ويؤمنون به ويستغفرون. This is really, really encouraging. Imagine this, yeah? ويستغفرون للذين آمنوا. The angels, they are making dua for us. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? يستغفرون للذين آمنوا. For the believers, what do they say? ربنا وسعت كل شيء رحمة. Oh Allah, you have encompassed all things in mercy and your knowledge. فَاغْفِرْ لِلَّذِينَ تَابُوا. So please forgive the people who do tawbah. وَاتَّبَعُوا سَبِيلَكَ. And they follow your way. And وَقِئِهِمْ عَذَابَ الْجَحِيمِ. And save them from the punishment of the fire. The angels are making dua for who? The people who do tawbah, who turn to Allah. And they try to seek Allah's guidance. And then they carry on, Rabbana wa adkhilhum jannati adnin. Oh Allah, wa Rabb. Subhanallah. You know, this is Allah's mercy. He has, because the angels, they don't do anything but what Allah commands, isn't it? Are you following this? Yeah? The angels won't just make this dua out of their own will. Who's telling them to make this dua? Subhanallah. Allahu Akbar. ربنا أدخلهم جنات عدن التي وعدتهم ومن صلح من آبائهم وأزواجهم وذرياتهم إنك أنت العزيز الحكيم. Allah Ta'ala is telling them to make the dua that we would want to make. وَقِهِمُ السَّيِّئَاتِ. Protect them from evil deeds and the consequence of the evil deeds. وَمَنْ تَقِ السَّيِّئَاتِ يَوْمَئِذٍ فَقَدْ رَحِمْتَهُ. Who is saved from the consequence of evil deeds has been shown mercy, and that is the supreme success. But for the disbelievers, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا, the disbelievers, they will be told, لَمَقْتُ اللَّهِ أَكْبَرُ مِنْ مَقْتِكُمْ أَنفُسَكُمْ إِذْ تُدْعَوْنَ إِلَى الْإِيمَانِ فَتَكْفُرُوا. The maqt is a word that has been used very sparingly in the Quran. Yeah, in Surah Saf we will find it. And maybe one other surah, if I'm not mistaken. Maqt means to be abhorrent, to really be disgusted about something. So Allah Ta'ala is saying, your disgust of going to the hellfire today is nothing compared to the disgust and hatred that Allah Ta'ala felt when you used to reject His invitation to Iman. And then in ayah 14, Allah Ta'ala mentions, فَدْعُ اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. So make dua to Allah. So this is Tawheed fid dua. Only make dua to Allah. فَدْعُ اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ. And you will make dua because all your lifestyle is in accordance with Allah Ta'ala's guidance. Yes? Which means for our dua to be accepted, we must obey Allah in every aspect of life. Yes? We cannot make dua and expect it to be responded to if we have haram income. Yes, or if we drink or eat haram, or we have a haram sustenance. No. Yes, hadith is very clear about that. وَلَوْ كَرِي الْكَافِرُونَ. Even if the disbelievers, they hate for you to do that, you only make sincere dua to Allah, making your whole lifestyle in accordance with Allah's deen. And then the sunnah of Allah that has been mentioned in this surah once or twice. ذَلِكَ بِأَنَّهُمْ كَانَتْ تَأْتِيهِمْ رُسُلُهُمْ بِالْبَيِّنَاتِ. The people who were sent, the messengers with clear proofs. فَكَفَرُوا, that they disbelieved. فَأَخَذَهُمُ اللَّهُ, then Allah Ta'ala, He seized them. Indeed, He is the powerful and severe in punishment. And this is the sunnah of Allah. After the messenger comes and they disbelieve, then Allah Ta'ala, He gives them the punishment. And then in 26, ayah 26. So now there's this section, I'm just going to briefly summarize it. Mu'min. The surah is called Mu'min, yeah? Al-Mu'min. And in this surah, there is the mention of a Mu'min from the Ala Fir'aun. From the people of Fir'aun, there was a person who became Muslim, Mu'min, yeah? Believer. But he was hiding his Iman. Yes, he hid his Iman. But he was advising Fir'aun tactfully, yes, tactfully, to leave Musa alayhi salam. Yeah? So now, this is now the propaganda of Fir'aun. Okay, Fir'aun is putting forward his case, yeah, and he wants his mala, his cabinet, his ministers to agree for him to take action now, yeah. وَقَالَ فِرْعَوْنُ ذَرُونِي, he's asking his cabinet, give me the permission, أَقْتُلْ Musa, that I can kill Musa, yeah. إِنِّي أَخَافُ أَن يُبَدِّلَ دِينَكُمْ, I have the fear that he will change your deen. Or أَن يُظْهِرَ فِي الْأَرْضِ الْفَسَادِ, or if he cannot change your deen, he will cause a lot of mischief on this earth. So this is his claim. And then the Rajul Mu'min, the believer, he tries to dissuade him. Yeah, he tries to dissuade him from doing that. And the two ayat we want to look at with Sabil al-Rashad is that Fir'aun now says, yeah, Fir'aun says, I am only telling you what I can see, yeah, وَمَا أَهْدِيكُمْ إِلَّا سَبِيلَ الرَّشَادِ, I am only guiding you to the way of guidance. So I'm guiding you to the right way. Sabil al-Rashad. Fir'aun is saying, yeah? The most corrupt person is saying, I'm guiding you to the right way. And this is what the leaders do. Yeah, they say that we will lead you to the best course of action in these circumstances. And this is how they will sell what they want to tell people to do. And then after the person, this mu'min, he then eventually he reveals his Islam, and he then says to people, وَقَالَ الَّذِي آمَنَ يَا قَوْمِ اتَّبِعُونِ, he said, you should follow me. After he reveals his Islam, that I'm believer in Musa and Harun, he says, follow me, أَهْدِكُمْ سَبِيلَ الرَّشَادِ, I will guide you to the right way. Yes, not Fir'aun. And then in ayah 65, there is mention, let's look at 60, ayah 60 first. The tawheed of dua again, yeah? Only Allah Ta'ala should be asked. قَالَ رَبُّكُمُ ادْعُونِي, Allah Ta'ala says, ask me, make dua to me. أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ, I will respond to you. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ عَنْ إِبَادَتِي, but those who are too arrogant to worship me alone, سَيَدْخُلُونَ جَهَنَّمَ دَاخِرِينَ, we will enter them into the Jahannam in a very humiliating manner. So this is dua, tawheed in dua. And then ayah 65, it mentions again, هُوَ الْحَيُّ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّهُ, the all ever living Allah, none should be worshipped but Him. فَدَعُوهُ, so call upon Him, مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ, but make all of your life sincerely to Allah. Obey Him in every aspect. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. And then we will skip most of the surah and take the last section from ayah 82. how many ayat? Just a few ayat. I'll just read the ayat. You read the meaning, inshallah. أَفَلَمْ يَسِيرُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ فَيَنْظُرُوا كَيْفَ كَانَ عَاقِبَةُ الَّذِينَ مِنْ قَبْلِهِمْ. So this is again the sunnah of Allah. كانوا أكثر منهم وأشد قوة وآثارا في الأرض فما أغنى عنهم ما كانوا يكسبون فلما جاءتهم رسلهم بالبينات فرحوا بما عندهم من العلم. This is very important. فرحوا بما عندهم من العلم. They merely, فرحوا is they were actually boasting, yeah, in what they had of knowledge. Meaning, they said, we have knowledge, what are you telling us stories about? We have the real knowledge. And this is the attitude of the atheist of today. Yes? When you tell them about messengers, they show and they are boasting about, we have real factual scientific knowledge. Yes? Against what you are saying. وَحَاقَ بِهِمْ مَا كَانُوا بِهِ يَسْتَهْزِئُونَ. And they mock it. But Allah Ta'ala says they will be completely enveloped and they will be swallowed by what they were mocking. فَلَمَّا رَعُوا بَأْسَنَا. When they see our punishment, they will say, آمَنَّا بِاللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ. Then they will say, we believe in Allah as He is alone. وَكَفَرْنَا بِمَا كُنَّا بِهِ مُشْرِكِينَ. And we disassociate ourselves now, disbelieve in whatever we were doing or whatever we believed in that associated partners with Allah. The atheist is mushrik. Why? Shirk fi sabab. Surah Kahf. Shirk fi sabab. The atheist says everything is just doing it, running itself. There's no cause. Allah is not the cause behind it. He's not Khaliq, He's not Rabb, He's not Malik, He's not Ilah, He's nothing. He doesn't exist. You see? That's why he's mushrik. فَلَمْ يَكُ يَنْفَعُهُمْ إِيمَانُهُمْ لَمَّا رَأَوْا بَأْسَنَا. And then the iman will have no benefit because now they see the punishment. Now they see the punishment has come. That's it. Sunnatullahi allati qad khalat fi ibadihi. This is the same sunnah of Allah that has always remained regarding all His creation, His servants. Wa khasira hunanika al-kafirun. And the disbelievers thereupon have lost everything. They are the complete losers. May Allah Ta'ala protect us. May Allah Ta'ala give us ikhlas. May Allah Ta'ala make us awwab and anab and mukhlisina lahuddin and ulul albab and muttaqi, and give us the heart which is soft and we are scared of Allah, but then again we become hopeful in Allah Ta'ala, and Allah Ta'ala forgive us and grant us Jannatul Firdaus al-A'la. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.